I hope so.
I hope so, yeah. I couldn't even see me on the screen. There we go.
I just took a really quick walk.
Yeah, you did. It's hot.
It is very hot here. It is 93 degrees, 95 degrees, depends on whose phone you're
Heat
looking
index
at.
101.
Yeah.
01.
101.
Which is kind of funny because we're not that far away from the zip code 90210.
Yeah, 90210.
Well, let's see here. We got Happy Place Camping. Hello. We got Jean Bainey. Hello.
Yep, just two right now. Of course, we just threw this up at the last minute and thought, hey, we'll go live because we're at Disney. Because there's no better place than Disney. Oh, I don't know about that. We've been a lot of places.
Hey, Arkansas Woodcutter. How you doing?
Hey.
And Jody, the real cool cat. Hey.
Awesome.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, we're going to be struggling with reading some of the comments because we are a mobile only. We're doing this from my phone, and Shelly's trying to keep up on her phone with the chat. So that's what we're doing. We're hanging out in Disney. We got some big announcements coming up in a uno momento.
Yeah.
Where's my water?
Your water's right here.
Way over there.
Have to have things to drink here. It is so warm.
Yeah.
You know what? Our whole time in California has been pretty good, though. We've had really
chilly,
great
actually.
weather until today. And now I feel like I'm in Florida. It's been super humid, super hot, and it feels like Disney in Florida.
But on a plus note, we're only about a mile walk away from the car.
That's true. A mile, people. A mile.
Uphill both ways. Both ways. And not in the shade.
That's true, too.
So we want to thank everybody for showing up on this. I'm all ears. Haven't seen you in forever. I know, Arkansas Woodcutter. We haven't seen you either.
Oh, man. It has just been
a whirlwind.
A whirlwind for us.
I think it goes the other way, honey.
What, this way?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Like that.
Okay.
So Shelly's got this little fold-up cell phone holder that we're trying to figure out.
Yeah, that way I can still see and look at real quick. Oh, good. My mom is on her phone, but she's going to be watching. Yes. We wish that we could have like shown you more of like Disneyland and had like Disneyland actually like the park and stuff in the background, but it is so crazy crowded.
And hot.
Are we like crooked?
Yeah, we are crooked.
Oh, okay. It's the busiest it's been. We're on our third day at Disney. We did last Thursday we did Disneyland for our first day. And
hang on everybody.
Yeah.
That's better.
And then we did what is that? What's that one? California Adventure.
Disney's California Adventure, or like the cool kids call it, DCA.
DCA. And we did that yesterday, and that was really fun. That was a little bit more, less rides, more walking around and stuff for us, because we didn't ride.
There's a lot of walking.
A lot of stuff that they have.
We walked about 11 miles yesterday.
Oh man, when we looked down and our steps were like 23,000 steps just by like, I don't know, 4. We're like, okay.
Right now we're at 9,000-ish.
Yeah.
And it's 3:30. We've only been here for we've been
4
here
hours. 5 hours.
5 hours.
Yeah. But several of that we've been sitting.
Yes. Talon and I have had a rough morning, so.
Well, it was crazy because, you know, everybody wants those Rise of the Resistance virtual queue passes, I guess, and our daughter secured us some today. Oh, hey, Sam and Juanita, hello. Glad you guys could make it. And I
bet it's cooler where they are.
Yeah. So, and she told us, oh, you probably have like 4 hours. That's, you know, how long the queue is. Not at Disneyland. It goes by really, really quick. So we had 1 hour to make the queue this morning, and we were still at the RV.
Yeah.
So we had to like get everything together, jump in the car, drive over here, which is only like 10 minutes, get parked, pay for parking, get parked, then get through security for your bag check, and then get through the gate showing your ticket, which everybody had like their vouchers, and then they had to show their IDs and whatever. 14,000 strollers.
Crazy.
And then we had to get all the way to the other side of the park, and we made it with like 30 seconds. So I think we did pretty good.
Yeah. Suzanne Nelson Klein, hello.
Hey, how are ya?
Yeah, we did pretty good, but Tal and I,
Yeah.
it kind of wore us out.
Talon was like, my little legs can't go that fast.
No.
She was like, all the way through.
Yeah, Talon was. I'm using Talon as an excuse right now, probably, but yeah, it's but it's been wild. Now, so what's really been wild is what's been going on since the last time we had a live stream.
Yes.
And I don't think we're going to get interrupted by the national anthem at this live stream.
No.
Especially at where we're at, it's 3:26. It's a hot 67 degrees here in Massachusetts.
Oh.
Yeah, at about 33 degrees to that, and that's where we're at. I mean, it really feels like we're in Florida or even, Mississippi in the summertime. I mean, either one, it's just humid, very humid, which is the first time.
The first time, really,
Yeah.
in all the time that we've been in California, even when we were here a month ago, even a month ago. No, 2 months ago, July. Yep.
This is our second of 3 planned trips to California over the next 6 weeks.
Well, and as most of you know, it's been a whirlwind since June. So we're going on 4 months of whirlwind, and we're not done yet.
No,
We've got a
not.
lot coming up. But we are taking a much needed break in the next couple weeks. So we'll be visiting more family and all that. Oh, I see Suzanne's asking about my mom. Hey, my mom had some eye surgery, and so she hasn't been able to do her junk journals and do some of her YouTube. But if you want to send her some love, you can head over and watch one of the videos she always has posted. That'd be awesome.
And the surgeries have been...
And the surgeries are great.
Very
Yeah,
successful.
her eyes are doing much better. She's got 1 more to go in the beginning of October. And then hopefully a few weeks after that, she'll be getting back to things.
I'm
so.
still a little offended she wouldn't let me do the surgery for her, but whatever. Yeah, so what have we been up to? Well, our last live stream got cut so short because of the national anthem, which it's kind of my fault too, because I thought we were already been on for an hour anyway, but we weren't. And I mean, we have just been all over the Pacific Northwest.
So the last live stream we had, we were at Lewis McCord, and we went up and visited in Seattle and visited some friends there and stuff. And then we started heading south again, and we went to Seaside in Oregon, and our favorite little town, Seaside and Astoria in
And we had
Oregon.
people following us
Yeah, we did. We had
from one campground to the next.
some friends follow us from there, and we'll be meeting up again with them in Arizona. So that was really cool. Hey Diane, visit you. Yes, we've got that on the list.
Not in the winter.
It'll be a
time.
while though, not in the winter. It's too cold in Cincinnati in the winter.
Yeah, so we got some big announcements we're going to have
Yes.
in a little while. I'm just going to keep teasing that. And I'm going to tell you some of that announcement involves a different direction for us as a YouTube channel. And so I'll stick around for that because...
Yeah, and share out
It'll
the
be
live stream
interesting.
because somebody else might want to know.
Yeah, share out the live stream since we just dropped it like it was hot.
Well, this is technically our third Tuesday, which is when we would normally go live. And somehow in the grand scheme of things, we didn't realize it was the third Tuesday. And we're like,
Until
hey,
a couple hours ago.
we gotta go live. So we're gonna go live. And whoever gets to see it gets to see it. And
Watch the replay.
yep. And those that miss it, they can catch us on the replay and find out what we're gonna be up to, because it's gonna be pretty exciting.
It's gonna be epic.
Mhm.
It's gonna be epic.
Epic. That's right. Everything we do is epic.
Yeah. Like the epically hot concrete table and chairs we're sitting on right now.
I've never sat in the hot seat before.
Got some roasted buns.
But I am definitely in the hot seat right now.
And we're in the shade.
We're like, we'll go out to the picnic area. It'll be quiet out there. You know, it's after lunch, before dinner. You know, it'll be nice out there. And it is nice out here. But these seats, I don't know if they like hosed them down or something, but I've never sat on cement that was like this hot.
Right.
So
yeah, it's pretty hot. And to give you guys kind of an overview of where we're at, we're right here sitting. No, I'm kidding. What you see right up there behind us, that's actually the monorail track. But you're not going to hear a monorail run because it's COVID closed. Same reason why we have to walk a mile to the parking lot, because they're not running trams because of COVID. And we heard something funny from a family yesterday when we were leaving the parks. His family was talking to a security guard, and they're like, no, there's no trams or buses running. No, not during COVID. And so the guy said, so it's okay to ride rides while you're, you know, crunched into people like this and be in lines, but you can't sit in a tram for 10 minutes, 5 minutes. And the security guard's just like,
she goes, I don't know, I don't make the rules.
yeah.
I thought it was pretty funny
so
too.
That's the monorail ride. We are outside of the park right now, technically. And the nice thing too about Disney Land is everything's right together. It's a lot smaller than Disney World. We've got, excuse me, trying to talk here. We've got Disneyland right behind you guys.
Yep.
So if you turn around real quick, you'll see it. Right behind us is California Adventure that way.
Yep.
And Downtown Disney that way.
Yep.
So
in which
it's all walking
at Downtown
distance.
Disney they have this.
I know, Felix, right?
Has anybody ever had sprinkles before?
Well, I know your mom has, because I
Well,
brought them to her.
Right.
Way back in the day when she was a Floridian.
So, this is Sprinkles.
It's not Disney. Sprinkles is actually a chain. Yeah, don't drop.
I'm not dropping. So the one with
Cup
the
of
S,
cakes.
that's for me, because it's sugar-free. And look, Avon Talon, she gets a cupcake.
Okay, I don't want to gross everybody out, but I'm going to tell you how hot it is here. I'm going to show you something. Do you see this dark stain right here? That's the sweat from my arm because my arm was laying there. It's hot.
Yes, a Talon-sized cupcake. I actually bought her 3 of them yesterday, but since the 2 of them were at home, I bought her another one so she could have a treat today too.
Bring you napkins?
You need a napkin? They didn't put any napkins in here.
Okay. Well, Talon's laying down underneath of us.
Don't mind us, but we're going to have a treat while we're
whooped.
chatting with you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time since we've done a live stream where we had cake. We always had cake on our live streams.
So we thought we'd have
Cake.
I thought it was really nice of them to put an S on the sugar-free one.
I'm making
really
a huge
for
mess. What is this anyway?
They told me it was vanilla, but it looks like confetti cake.
What do you guys think? Should I take a bite?
Here, I got you a fork so you wouldn't.
Ah, too late for that.
Shirt sleeves. Yes, that would help. That would help with the sweat on the table.
These are really moist, soft cupcakes.
Yeah, mine's red velvet. Pretty cool.
And the cool thing about them is, since they're not actually in the Disney park, this wasn't $25.
No.
Well, which, by the way, that's what my grilled cheese, yes, I said grilled cheese sandwich was for lunch today.
No fun.
But it did come with baked beans and tater tots.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't 25, it was 23.
Should we show Talon getting hers?
I don't
know if we can.
I don't know if we can. Okay, anybody out there seasick? Be motion sickness, we're going to move the camera.
Yeah, look away.
So, see what Talon is
Talon,
up
you
to.
want a treat?
Yes, Felix, I'm dead serious. All right, hang on a second.
What'd she ask?
$25.
Look at this. Look at this.
What do you think, Talent? You want that? Is that good? Huh? Was that good?
She said, I liked it.
She's like, where's the next one? You said you bought 3. Oh. Excuse me, hang on everybody. Close your eyes for your motion sickness.
And if anybody wants to know, those are sugar-free vanilla cupcakes with a yogurt topping that is sugar-free as well. So they said that they're edible for humans too, not just doggies. I don't know that I'd want to eat it though with a dog bone on it, but I guess you could. So
yep,
she was ready for more.
Absolutely. So some of the cool things we've been up to that you may or may not be able to see videos on. We'll see. We've had some serious technical issues over the last few months, and I'm kind of upset about it, to be honest with you. We bought some new microphones, actually wireless microphones, so we could each wear one. And when they work great. But I seem to have a problem with forgetting to turn them on or accidentally turning them off or something. Like, we went to Mount Rushmore, and I'll give you a sneak preview of our Mount Rushmore video. You ready? Yeah, that was it. We went to the Crazy Horse Monument. Same. And a lot of other things too. And I'm not a happy camper about it. But the microphones are good. I just got to figure out why they're not, what we're doing wrong. I'm positive it's operator error.
And that's what happens when you get equipment right before you do big trips and you don't really have time to sit down and learn it really, really well. And we really have been on the go so much that we have not had too much downtime at all. Very little. And that's why tomorrow we leave here and we will be going to Palm Springs, and we're gonna have 4 days to just relax and have a few days, and then we're gonna go see my aunt and uncle for 5 days, and even that, it'll still be some downtime within that too. So we're excited about that. But where have we been? We have been I gotta say, in the last month we have probably been to some of my favorite cities. While I enjoyed Seattle, we really didn't get out in Seattle. We just went and drove by the Space Needle and drove by some of the neat things there, and then we went to Pike's Market, which I really enjoyed. Pike's Market, that was really fun. But then we really kind of met friends that we have that live in the Seattle area, and then and that was kind of more of our thing of Seattle, you know, meeting up with them, and seeing them again. And then we went to San Francisco, and oh man, my mom's from San Francisco, and let me tell you, actually she's from a little bit outside of San Francisco. She'd be like, I'm not from San Francisco exactly. Concord, California is where she's from.
Not to be confused with Concord, Massachusetts. Two different Concords. Right. One's Concord, the other one's Concord.
Don't make fun. Okay, and yes, on Instagram I posted about San Francisco, and in fact I just posted about the cable car museum that we saw. But I loved seeing all the iconic stuff, the Golden Gate Bridge, and going to the Walt Disney Family Museum there, and the cable cars, and Ghirardelli. I didn't even realize Ghirardelli was, right there, and everything with that. And
OG Ghirardelli. Right,
and it's fun to go to these cities because even though you think you know stuff about these cities, you find out so much more about them.
You don't know nothing.
Yeah, and so I really enjoyed it, and there was a lot of movies that were done there. Movies in Astoria, movies in San Francisco, and then movies right here in LA. Yes, we have done a bunch of LA stuff, and that I'm hoping does make it to video because so it's just, I don't know, it's really cool to see all this stuff. And I know somebody's gonna ask me, we haven't run into anybody famous, but I'm oblivious to people around me. I probably shouldn't be. I'm probably going to say this for everybody out there. I'm not one of those people that is aware of her surroundings at all times. Yeah, Steve,
Avenger
Mom.
RV Adventure.
Hey,
that name sounds familiar. Long time no
and
see,
Gold
my
Coast
friend.
Girl. Hey, how are you?
Well, I'll go ahead and tell you guys right now, when we're on the subject of lost footage or messed up footage, I am really upset. We lost some, and we actually lost the footage altogether. It didn't work. When we left San Francisco, we actually weren't staying in San Francisco. We were staying just north of San Francisco, like about 15-20 minutes away. But we had to drive across the Golden Gate Bridge to get to our next destination. So yes, we drove across the Golden Gate Bridge in our RV.
We did.
Not that there's any proof of it, other than the toll receipt.
Which isn't, for some reason, different than the car, so I don't know.
Hey, forever best friend.
Hey!
Hey, you missed it earlier, Talon. We just gave Talon a cupcake treat.
You have to rewind?
Yep.
And view it again.
So yeah, our dash cam footage. And I've got footage on that dash cam from weeks ago because it's got a big SD card. And I don't know what happened, but it didn't record. And we've had that happen in the past where it didn't record for some reason. So I don't know if we just need to get another dash cam or what. And plus we actually had some major other technical problems too with our GoPro. But we got that figured out. So
Sam said we were brave people, and I'm gonna just say
it wasn't that big a deal. I was surprised.
That wasn't the scary part. The scary part was after we got off the bridge, and then we were trying to drive in San Francisco, and it wasn't like downtown San Francisco. It's like off to the side, but it still is very, very narrow streets, and I don't know. It was just challenging, and I was so nervous, and we were right next to a metro bus, and it was like this, and finally the metro bus was like, okay, we're gonna slow down and let you go, but then he kept catching up to us. It didn't matter. We were just side by side for quite some time, and that was a lot nerve-wracking.
Well, I wasn't nerve-wracked at all. I was just one-handing it, I was just chilling.
Okay, but you were not next to the bus and saw how close we were.
I figured he was insured.
Probably.
But so we lost that footage. Oh, and the GoPro thing. We filmed a lot of footage. Well, we thought we filmed a lot of footage on the GoPro. So here's a GoPro tip for you. If you have if you have a GoPro pro tip. If you have a GoPro, especially the GoPro Hero 8, because that's what we have. But
I think 8 and 9 are.
But it applies to all of them. Yeah. We'll talk about what I was on later. No, it really wasn't bad. But you need to make sure you have a high-speed SD card, like ultra high speed.
We didn't know this.
And we never had. We've had this GoPro for 2 years. Over almost 2 years now, and we've never had a problem with it. But now, all of a sudden, we did.
It was glitchy.
Yeah, it would record the audio, but it wouldn't record it would start recording the video for like 2 seconds, then stop.
So you got all your audio usually and getting video.
Yeah, so a lot of the campgrounds reviews and some of the drive-thrus we did was there was just no footage. So hey, Idle Cruises.
Hey, Sandy. Oh,
Fort Knox.
Fort Knox, yes, been there, done that.
Go
Make it
to
over to Boundary
Oak
Distillery.
Distillery, absolutely. Boundary Oak.
Yep.
Thank me later.
Send me a text if you forget the name.
Actually, isn't that where the caramel stuff is from?
The caramel stuff?
The sea salt. Oh no, your lavender. Yeah.
No, the lavender. Yeah.
Yeah.
Text me. We'll tell you all about it. Yeah, call us. Through Indiana and ending up on Michigan on Thursday. Oh, are you going to M21? Is that this weekend? I don't know. I've been asked a couple times about stuff this weekend, and I can't remember. I can't keep everybody's meetups straight. And man, they're all like in the areas we're not. But
oh yeah, M21 this weekend.
Yep. Okay,
yeah,
that's what
another
it is.
one we were hoping to go to.
Yeah.
And
hey, Nurse in Our Travel Bag.
Hey guys. And I guess since we're there, let's talk about that real quick again, because we had planned and made reservations for Mayberry and M21. Looking forward to both. But we ended up getting invited to a Campers for Christ rally in Arizona, and then that led into a military veteran Thanks for the text, Bill. Appreciate that, buddy. Sorry I didn't text you on your last live. I think I was asleep. No offense, but we've been running ragged. And then we got invited to a couple other active and retired military rallies and another Campers for Christ rally. And all these just happened to be in Arizona. And then the Tiffin rally came up, which happened to be in Arizona. So we're going to like 5 rallies in November.
So excited, but we know it's going to be super busy. And Gulf Coast Girl, she's going to New Hampshire around the 1st of October, and I am pretty jealous about that because I know what you're seeing there. You're seeing some pretty fall leaves.
Yeah. Oh, and we also missed the Branson meetup too because of all this.
We did, but we heard that they've already set their dates for next year, and we're kind of excited about it, but we're kind of a little bit nervous because it is Veterans Week. Veterans Day is in the middle of that week, and that means lots of veterans but lots of free things for them there too. So.
Yep. So I'm looking forward to it. We gotta definitely try to make up for all that. So we apologize because I know some people have reached out to us, and I'm just cleaning off my mess here.
Yeah,
reached out to us about looking forward to seeing us at M21 or Mayberry or wherever. And yeah, we just our plans just got totally changed in a good way. I mean, we're sad we're not seeing a lot of you guys, especially the ones we haven't really seen in a long time or haven't seen. Yeah,
hey, Ginger.
Yeah, see, that was the other thing. We were going to go to Hershey.
Yep.
We even had our press passes for Hershey already, and so it turned. Yeah, we didn't make that either. So we are hoping to go to Tampa again this year, but that may not happen either, and we're not going to talk about that right now. But that may not happen either because we may have to be somewhere else. And
that one is one you will never believe. Never in a million years will you ever believe it. But
we're not telling now.
We have to wait for some things to happen with work.
Things had to fall in place.
Yep. But it's I don't know. I'm really sad that we missed those, but it would be hard to go from West Coast to East Coast to West Coast, and I've been enjoying the time on the West Coast. We have done so much stuff, and I was talking about San Francisco. I loved it. I was talking about LA. I loved LA, and going around, and we did some stuff here that we did. One thing in particular we did, ordinarily we would never.
No respect.
I think it was when I was talking about LA before.
Yeah.
Anyway, we would have never done it, ever. And we had like the Go City passes. If you haven't ever done Go City Pass, they're really cool. And anyway, it was on there, and we're like, okay, we'll do it. So we did it, and we had the best time. And it was like a couple hours. We thought, oh, we'll be in and out.
15, 20 minutes tops.
Yeah.
2 hours later, we're walking out. And what are we talking about? Nunya. You had to wait for the video. Actually, the video's probably going to come out pretty soon. Here, funny story. When Shelly's been talking about how busy we've been. Now, before we embarked on this epic adventure out of Gulfport at the beginning of June, I had, on our Friday videos we do how-tos, campground reviews, park reviews, that kind of stuff. I had them edited and uploaded and scheduled out all the way through the beginning of October. And I had our Tuesday videos, which are normally our RV lifestyle, what we're doing, what we're seeing videos. I had those a couple of weeks out. I got no videos now. I got to edit videos. I've tried to edit videos, but she won't let me. No time.
Nursing our travel bug, you probably get into, there's several around the area, but you'll have to drive a little bit. There's none that are like super, super close, and none of them that have Wi-Fi that are real good Wi-Fi there. Yeah. So just a little heads up on that.
We're going to boondock. If we end up going, that's our plan. We're going to boondock.
But you'll get into them, I'm sure.
We're going to boondock. We're going to find out where Steve is, and then we're going to go to the opposite side. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to find out where Steve is. We're going to park literally right next to him because I want to hang out with him more.
Ginger, I totally understand that. Luckily, at the moment, we don't have any grandkids on the way. So, in fact, that's
I just got a notification. It's time for our live stream.
Okay. That's not on the horizon for them at the moment. So, we're good with getting some of our travel out of the way so that we can enjoy, that when that happens.
Hey, John Talker.
Hey, John Talker.
So, Yeah, that's a lot of the stuff we've had going on. I mean, we have spent a ton of time in California outside of the 2 weeks I was hoping we'd spend total.
Hmm.
But it's been an absolute blast, and we've barely driven on the interstate in the RV in California, and we have had the most fun seeing some beautiful scenery. And
And I'm going to say too that everybody talks about LA and how horrible the traffic is and all this kind of stuff, and we just
the drivers
have
here are a lot
not.
more polite than like Atlanta, New York, Houston, Dallas.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't know.
serious. It's
Well,
weird. I wasn't expecting it.
yeah, and he was kind of nervous about like, and I was too, about how long it would take you to get places and stuff. And yes, there are times where the traffic is backed up and stuff like that, but we really haven't experienced too much traffic jam like stuff. I mean, if we've been slowed down, it's max, I think, maybe 10 minutes or 15 minutes
Yeah.
at most. And that's only been like maybe once or twice. Everywhere we've been able to go and do and see and not really have to worry too much about.
Yeah, and we didn't realize it. It doesn't matter because we couldn't change our plans anyway. But this coming weekend, I think it's this coming weekend, yeah. This coming weekend in Long Beach, which is only like 15, 20 minutes from where we're at, is the Grand Prix of Long Beach, or the Long Beach Grand Prix, however you want to say it. And we drove through there a few days ago, and they've already got the retaining walls up. They've already had some practice runs because you see all the rubber on the road. And that would have been cool to see. You know, if you
Yeah.
don't know if you don't know what the Grand Prix of Long Beach is, Google it. It's a street race in Formula One type cars. Yeah.
And we got to see like the actual track. I mean, right on the road because it's on the road, and
We drove it.
but but the tires were up and all that kind of stuff. So it felt like you were more on a racetrack than you were on a road that you just drive. But and Steve, yes, I am very glad that he finally got me to the West Coast too, and I have been enjoying my time out here. And it
Yep.
makes me kind of sad to think about going back east, but I also miss my family and things that we do in the east and some of that
Yeah.
too. So
And the next big stop on this little epic adventure we're on now, big stop,
big stuff.
Vegas, baby.
Yep.
Vegas.
Yep.
We're
We'll
gonna
be
be
out
there.
there beginning of October. So
Yeah, about a week and a half.
yeah. And I'm very excited for that. And all the things you get to do around there. And there's lots of national parks, which we have been enjoying the national parks a lot. I like getting my stamps. I don't know anybody else do stamps. I love the stamps. And I also found out that they have a lighthouse book that you can put the stamps into. And I just bought one of those when we went to the lighthouse the other day. And that was really cool. So
Yeah, I flew the drone for a long time around that lighthouse in the cliffs, and that's probably just going to be its own video with some soothing music or something. I don't know, but it was pretty cool.
we
Near Trump National Golf Course.
yeah, blackjack, here we come. I don't know. And I'm even being in Gulfport with all the casinos and stuff. I'm not a really big gambler or anything like that. I mean, I've gone in and played slots or something, but even the people who've been with me when I played slots, they realize I'm not very lucky at them, so I don't really play them. But Avenger said he has not heard great things about the campgrounds there in Vegas, but we are staying at Nellis Air Force Base, and
Yep.
that we have heard a lot of good things about.
Yes, we are going to
So-
the Grand Canyon
Yeah, that's a different
after
trip.
Vegas. That's right after Vegas. Not right after Vegas, but close.
Yep.
We have a lot of stuff planned still to come. A lot of Route 66 stuff. Of course, the rallies are going to take up a lot of time too.
Good buffets. Maybe so. I don't know if they rival the ones in Gulfport or not. They have pretty good buffets in
Yeah.
Gulfport.
We've also got we've made some partnerships.
Hey, Mr. Roboto.
Hey!
Quartzsite, yes. One of the rallies that we are going to, Campers for Christ, is in Quartzsite, and they're partially sharing about boondocking and
Hey, Ricky and Barbara.
and that. Hey guys.
Yeah, we are going to be going to Quartzsite in November. We will not be going there for the winter. We're going to be in Tampa, or we'll be somewhere else that we can't say right now. And I really want to. I'm hoping we can do both, because we don't. The other thing, we don't know the dates. We just know it's going to be in January. So we're hoping we can do
One and then the other.
One and then the other, exactly. However, which way that works, whether we do the one thing and then Tampa, or vice versa, versa. So.
Ooh, the big East Coast trick.
No worries, Ricky.
Yes, thanks for popping in. Well, I don't know. We probably ought to be talking a little bit about our big announcement, so that if there are questions or whatever,
yeah,
can,
our YouTube members and Patreon members already know.
Yeah.
And so I guess it's time for you to know.
Yep.
And if you've been watching, not all of our videos, our recent videos, but some of our recent videos, at least the ones that I had edited recently, not that you'd know which ones I'd edited recently and which ones I didn't, but with that said, we've kind of changed our focus a little bit when it comes to where the money's going to and what that money looks like. And in the past, it was like, okay, if you're, 80% of, I don't even remember the numbers, I'm just making it up, 80% of the Patreon funding will go to a charity, 75% of the Google AdSense goes. So, and we were doing that, and honestly, we never followed that.
Too crazy. Hey, Dreaming Out Loud, glad you guys made it for our big announcement.
So even though that was the guidelines we put on all the memberships, so you'd know where your money was going, we never followed it. So we always just gave, actually we gave more than 100% every time. But now we're going to focus in a little bit more, not just veterans charities, but it's been on my heart for a long time, and Shelley's too, to really focus and help Christian-based veterans charities. And with that said, we're going to be, partnering with a group called Reboot Alliance. If you've not heard of them, go check them out at rebootrecovery.org.
Nope.
I know?
Rebootrecovery.com.
I always get that wrong.
I know.
Now we've been affiliated with them for about 5 or 6 years now, so they're not a new organization to us. And what they do is they help trauma victims. They originally started out helping those that had combat trauma. Then that quickly expanded to first responders who were dealing with trauma. And now they actually have I don't want to say general, but it kind of is a general trauma class for anybody from any background experiencing any kind of trauma. And these are classes. They're not like a self-help group. They're not a group therapy session. They're actually classes that teach you in a Christ-centered way how to deal and process whatever trauma you have faced in your life or you are facing now. And it's helped us a lot over the years. We've taught the classes before, and we're going to be at least teaching classes with them again. There's some other things in the works that are kind of put on hold due to world circumstances at the time. But
thank you for dropping that link, Steve.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we are super excited about it. There's some things in the works in the background that'll come down the road, but for right now, we will be teaching a virtual class. They've asked us to do that, and
hey, Blaine.
Our virtual classes are going to be on Tuesday nights, so that conflicts with our Tuesday night schedule of lives. But we decided that this was really important, and that you all would understand that we might have to shift a little bit during those times.
So we're shifting.
A little bit.
And we're probably going to be doing more live streams.
Yes.
But not a regular scheduled live stream. At least for the next 12 weeks.
Right. So we want to make sure that we stay connected to you guys, and we feel like once a month hasn't really been enough.
No, I kind of miss doing these with you guys.
And because we missed in July, and then August was cut short, and then we're like, we are really missing connecting, and we really feel that it's important to connect with you guys, especially when we are trying to raise money for veterans and those that have dealt with trauma. And so we wanted to make sure that we put this out there, that that's our goal. And we do have money that set aside, ready to give.
We haven't given any money since May. And we just checked the bank account today because we have a separate account for that where all the money goes from, like Google AdSense, Patreon, all that stuff. And
We are super close.
we are super close to something pretty cool. But before I tell you that number, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about Reboot and how that cost. It costs. Generally, the way a Reboot class works in person is, you meet for an hour and have dinner, and then you actually have a class for an hour, and the dinner's provided. It's free, and so.
And childcare is provided.
And childcare is provided too. Now, since we're doing a virtual class, obviously we're not feeding everybody dinner, and we're not babysitting, so we don't have that cost associated with it. The only cost associated with it is, and I don't know the number because I haven't looked it up, but it's pretty low. Is for all the students, we will purchase a graduation T-shirt and a graduation certificate and mail them to them. Mm-hmm. And if they're financially unable to purchase the book, we get the book for them as well.
And the book's about $20.
And the shirt's about $20, and the certificate's like $5 with shipping. So you're like $50.
Probably.
Ooh, not more than $50 per student. And so 12 students in a class normally, at least starting out.
Well, in the Reboot recovery classes, which are anybody who has trauma, they try to keep them in a smaller group. Yeah. They found that works best. When you do the combat recovery ones, you can go a little bit larger. It varies, and the first responders is kind of around the same as the combat recovery ones, because I'm not sure why that is. It's just what they found to work better, and maybe it's the similarities that they have versus a general everybody having it. I don't know. But with that being said, it could be up to 20 people.
Right. And we've already received a grant from the Disabled American Veterans Association, which I'm a member of as well. We got a grant that's going to fund quite a few classes. But it's not just a matter of funding classes. It's a matter of funding outreach to get the word out to people about the programs, get the word out to churches, and things like that. So that they can do them in their communities and actually do an in-person class. And with everything that's happened recently in regard to like Afghanistan, there's been a huge influx of calls and emails and needs for Reboot, for the Reboot program. They've been inundated with all kinds of requests for classes to help, not just Afghanistan war veterans, but just veterans in general dealing with what happened and why were we even there and all that other stuff. So it's been a tremendous backlog and a tremendous need right now. So that's why instead of giving to this charity and that this week, this charity that next week, we're going to be focusing on helping Reboot. Now, that doesn't mean that if another Christian-based charity comes along that has a need, that we won't help them, because we certainly will, if that's what the Lord leads us to do. But right now, we're going to be focusing, 100% of our efforts, financially and so forth, with Reboot, and because I think that's where the biggest need is right now.
And we are grateful for those that have joined Patreon, joined our YouTube members page, have bought swag, sent us money through PayPal, or done a super chat, or
prayed for us, especially
prayed for us.
One.
Exactly, because definitely whenever you start something, and especially in a Christian venture, the devil likes to attack that. So praying is definitely our number one. Thank you.
So the Disabled American Veterans gave us $1,800 to teach. Well, it's going to be multiple classes to be able to teach with that money. And what we've saved so far, and we haven't given it to Reboot yet, because I want to hit a certain number, and we're almost there. And again, this hasn't been since May. We're at $911.
911.
911. Yeah, and that's no joke. We were at 911 and some change.
Yep.
So I'd like to give them a 4-figure to the left side of the decimal point donation. Now, and we're asking you guys for help, and in a couple of ways you can help, besides all the things Shelley just mentioned. You can give them directly.
Yep.
You don't have to give to us. We don't care. We don't care how the money gets to them as long as the money gets to them.
That's right.
But if you do give to them, just let us know. And if you want to let us know how much, that's fine. And if you...
Or let them know.
Yeah.
That you learned about them through us.
Yeah, but we want to know that you gave money. Not how much necessarily, unless you want to share that. But we want to know so we can publicly thank you for helping this very, honestly, needy cause right now. Unfortunately, a needy cause.
Unfortunately.
Because there's a lot of people that need this program, need this help. And I was one of them. Still am.
Well, and one thing that has come to light, too, is not just the Afghanistan issue, but also the hurricane. And there's a lot of devastation down there, especially in the Gulf Coast. And there are a lot of people dealing with trauma. And so that's one that's been brought to light as well. So you can be part of helping that. And some of you have already been helped.
Your heart wants to give.
Yep.
And whatever that means is whatever that means. Yeah. And we appreciate, like I said, prayers are number one. Everything else, secondary. And some of the other changes we got coming up on the channel is, I think we're just going to focus on ourselves a little bit, to be honest with you. Not to be, what's the word I'm looking for?
I think it's been challenging to keep up with the channel and do all the things we've done in the last 4 months that we need a little bit of downtime. So we're not going to, I mean, you'll still see videos from us, but you'll just see them a little bit differently.
Yeah. What she said. But we
Hey ho, it's off to work you go.
Exactly. And I just want to thank, I think I say this every time, but if I don't, I should. I just want to thank you guys for being there with us. What's our PayPal address? Oh, thank you, Ricky. It's ourepic.rvadventure@gmail.com. Yep. It should be in the description. Now, I set this whole live stream up on my phone, which I'd never done before. So I don't know what's in the description, or if anything is in the description of this particular live stream.
But it is in the description of all our videos.
Yeah, it's in the description of all our videos.
Maybe just some quick lives, impromptu time with all of us. Yes.
Exactly. That's what we're planning on doing.
Yes. Because we've missed you guys, and we're just grateful for the ones that were able to make it today, and for those that'll be able to watch it on the replay, and then the next live, hey, maybe they'll be able to make it then.
Yeah, but unfortunately, we kind of got to start wrapping this up because we got to go to New Orleans for dinner.
Yep.
And, you know, since we're in Anaheim, California, New Orleans is kind of a long walk. It's actually right behind you guys.
Hey, but if you are going to Disney and you need somebody who can make all the arrangements for you, just let us know, because our daughter, man, she's amazing. She has planned everything for us, and it's been really fun. She's got us into some of the restaurants that, like, you can't even get into. So
yeah, I don't even know how.
I know. I don't know how she does it, but she does. So
she has a knack.
Yep. So
not a nick,
now
a
you
knack.
guys.
Oh, she does have a nick.
She's
very good at Nick. And she has a knack. Knick-knack.
That's funny. He's cracked himself up now. Oh my goodness. But thank you guys so much for being here with us today, and letting us share this really, really important information for us with you. And
Thanks,
we thank
Felix.
you for everybody who has helped us along this journey, and for those that will help us in the future. We just are super grateful. And you know, just to let you all know, we pray for you guys too every day. So you know, it's important for us to keep you guys in our thoughts every day, and hope that every day is an epic adventure for you.
Yep. And we really would like to hit that 1,000 by the end of this month and give it to them.
Yep.
That's the goal.
Yep.
Share it with your friends. Thanks, everybody, for showing up and hanging out with us. We're going to go eat dinner.
Yep.
You guys have a great rest of the day. Hey, you never can tell. You might see us tomorrow or later tonight. Who knows? All right. Bye, everybody.
All right. Bye. If you know how to turn it off.
Now I know I'm still alive, but I don't care. I'm just going to sit here and say, oh, I don't know if I'm alive or not, even though I do know I'm alive. Bye.